American Rescue Package that the Biden administration has previewed for us is going to be a key tell on what we can expect as far as progress or lack thereof, the sort of delivery on this bipartisan message that we've heard today. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, President Biden or President-elect Biden last week could have unveiled anything, right? We knew he was going to deliver something on what a future stimulus policy should look like, but we didn't know what it was. And what he delivered was something that really those of us who are trying to game this out in Washington can see as something that could be bipartisan. So when he, continues to talk about unity as an important message, so far, he is somewhat walking the walk there as well. Now, there are some very partisan things he's going to do today, which is to reverse a bunch of, unilateral Trump administration decisions. But what he's trying to set up for the first, big policy that Congress should look at is something that both sides can come together on.
Yeah, Brian, it's common for presidents to say that they're going to unite and that they are specially positioned to do that. Lately, it's been very difficult to do. You think the confirmation hearings that we expect to see ongoing should be a tell on whether the policies presented and the true intentions are going to be something that unites or divides?
A little bit. I mean, the confirmation hearings to date have been pretty harmonious. There's not been a lot of confrontation. There's been some pushback, especially in the Yellen confirmation hearing against too big of a spending plan. I do think there's a road there to get another COVID plan, but it's going to be substantially scaled down from what the Biden transition team proposed. The problem is, for all the talk of unity, and it's great, it's reassuring and welcome, but politics has devolved over the last 20 years or so into a zero-sum game. And unless the new president, is able to convince both the country and leaders in both parties and rank and file in both parties to get away from that mindset and to be open to a more transactional compromise type of style, the pathway forward just, is tough. Unity, the talk of unity is fine, but the country has moved on into a different type of politics than one was that was there when Joe Biden was in the Senate.
Yeah, Stephanie, I'm expecting almost like clockwork for the Republican side of the government to very quickly become the party of fiscal responsibility once again and talk about reducing deficits. So we haven't seen much of that talk over the past 4 years. How will that play into so many of these economic agenda items that are going to require, at least in the near term, spending a lot of money?
Well, I found your segment before ours with Senator Coons very, very interesting, talking about Biden's political capital. And what Biden may decide to do is try to expend as much political capital as he can in a bigger stimulus. And that really could, we think a stimulus deal could be in the 1 to 1.5 trillion of pure spending. Then the next phase is where things start getting very political. You get a tax and infrastructure bill that would be passed along a party line vote on that budget reconciliation measure in the Senate. Right. You don't see Republicans. And so, he could use his political capital in the early days to bring folks together before, it inevitably falls apart again.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.